What if our New Year's resolution sucked because we're trying to do too many things? And maybe instead of doing all of these things that we hope for the year, it should be maybe one or two things that we should be doing. Hey, let's spend a few minutes right now and let's talk about it. As we head into a new year, this is what almost everyone does. We make a long list of New Year's resolutions, whether it's to lose weight, to get in shape, to make more money, to start that business, to fix that relationship, or to get disciplined, whatever that means, to be happier, to be more spiritual. And listen, those goals are not bad. They're often really good and spot on. They're big, they're meaningful, they're often connected to who we really want to become. But here's the hard truth about that. Most people don't fail because their goals are too big. They fail because they try to change everything at once, instead of building the foundation that actually supports those goals. When we think about this, think about goals as being the destination, and habits are really the road that gets us there. You don't lose 40 pounds because you wrote it down on January 1st. You lose 40 pounds because you slowly build habits like regular sleep or regular movement and some awareness of what and how much we're eating. If sleep stays bad, energy stays low. If energy stays low, then the motivation eventually disappears. And then the goal quietly dies off somewhere in the sunset, by February. The same thing applies to business. You don't start or grow a business just because, you're inspired. You do it because you're rested enough to think clearly, because you reduce the mindless screen time that it takes our energy and all of our, time for resources, because you protected, time on your calendar, because you showed up consistently, even when it wasn't exciting. Big goals collapse without these small habits actually holding them up. So instead of asking the usual New Year's question, what are all the things I want to change this year? I would like for you to ask a different question. What is the one thing, or maybe two things, that I could do daily that would make sense, and could actually make things better and easier for me over time? Not 10 things, a lot of total life overhaul, but just one or two things. But see, this is how it happens in the brain. The brain does not like change through intensity, how big the change is. The brain likes changes through small repetition. Think about it like this. If you're exhausted, if you're anxious and distracted, almost every area of your life suffers. But if you improved your sleep by even 30 to 60 minutes a night, what would that do for you? What would that unlock? You would have better mood, better focus, more patience, better discipline. That single thing of changing your sleep opens the door to many other things. We can think about with physical movement. You don't need to have the perfect workout plan, but what if you moved your body for 10 to 20 minutes on most days? That one change, that one habit improves your energy, your mood, your metabolism, your sleep, and your confidence. Again, one habit creates many outcomes. This is why most resolutions fail. They focus on the outcomes instead of the small daily inputs. We say, I want to lose weight, but we don't change our sleep. We say we want to be successful, but we don't change our schedule. We say, I want peace in this coming year, but we don't change what we consume mentally all day. So here's the reset. Keep those big goals. Those big goals are important, and I want you to dream big. I want you to write them down because they're important. They do matter. But from there, I want you to narrow your focus. Identify one or two daily actions that serve as the foundation for those goals. Ask yourself, what habit would improve my energy? What habit would improve my focus? What habit would improve my consistency? Because when you change the right small thing, it creates momentum, and momentum creates confidence, and confidence creates change. And over time, those small, boring, repeatable habits do something very powerful. They just don't help you to reach your goal, but those small things that you start to do day over day start to change who you are. They change your identity. So this year, don't change 10, resolutions. Don't rely on motivation. I want you to build a foundation. Find the 1 or 2 habits that, if changed, will open the door to everything else. Commit to those small things daily. Let time do the heavy lifting. That's how real and lasting change happens. Hey, I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, please subscribe. Also, please share that with some other people who are trying to build their resolutions, or more importantly, their habits for this coming year. God bless you.